Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into smartphones, tech innovation, and the future of affordable premium devices, then today's video is going to be a treat because we're diving deep, very deep, into the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, CMF is a sub-brand under Nothing, the company founded by Carl Pei after his departure from OnePlus. Nothing has been carving out its own niche in the smartphone industry with transparency, literally. But CMF? CMF stands for Color, Material, Finish. And with the Phone 2 Pro, they're aiming to deliver a flagship-like experience at a far more accessible price point. In this video, we're going to break down everything: specs, design, performance, camera, software, ecosystem, how it stacks up to the competition, and what it means for the future of smartphones. So sit back, grab a drink, and let's talk tech. To understand the CMF Phone 2 Pro, you first need to understand where it came from. CMF by Nothing isn't just a budget brand. It's a vision. It's Carl Pei's answer to a market saturated with either ultra-premium flagships or compromise-ridden budget phones. CMF is here to disrupt, the same way OnePlus did back in the day with the flagship killer philosophy. CMF started with accessories, budget-friendly but design-conscious watches, earbuds, and chargers. Their orange aesthetic and modular mentality gave them an identity. But the Phone 2 Pro? That's a serious step up. This is their moment to say, we're not just playing in the accessory space. We're coming for the smartphone crown. Let's talk about the Phone 2 Pro's design. Design is where CMF really shines, and the Phone 2 Pro is no exception. It takes cues from its older sibling, the Nothing Phone series, but with a twist. You won't find a transparent back here, but you will find modularity. Yes, that's right. The CMF Phone 2 Pro is modular. The back panel can be swapped, letting users change not only the look, but potentially add functionality. More on that later. The texture is refined, the feel in the hand is premium, and the bold color choices like burnt orange and matte black aren't just eye-catching. They're a statement. CMF wants you to see your phone as a style accessory, not just a gadget. At just around 8 millimeters thick and weighing less than 200 G, the phone feels sleek and modern. None of that bulky plastic nonsense you sometimes get at this price range. Now, let's talk about one of the most critical parts of any smartphone: the display. The CMF Phone 2 Pro comes with a gorgeous 6.7-inch AMOLED display, full HD plus resolution, and up to 120 Hz refresh rate. In real-world usage, it's crisp, it's bright, and it's smooth. This isn't a dim, washed-out panel. You're looking at peak brightness levels above 1,200 nits, which means this thing holds its own even under direct sunlight. Scrolling is fluid, and for gamers or content consumers, that high refresh rate makes a big difference. Watching YouTube, Netflix, or TikTok feels surprisingly high-end, especially considering the price. The bezels are thin, the colors are vibrant, and the touch response? On point. Let's get into what's under the hood. The CMF Phone 2 Pro is expected to be powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 7300 or potentially a Snapdragon 7 series chip. Both are solid performers for mid-tier devices. Whether you're multitasking, gaming, or just scrolling through social media, the Phone 2 Pro handles it like a champ. Paired with 8 GB or 12 GB of RAM and UFS 3.1 storage, app launches are snappy and transitions are seamless. Gaming? Games like Call of Duty Mobile or PUBG run at high settings with little to no lag. Thermals are well managed thanks to the built-in cooling layers and software optimization. Battery life is just as important as raw performance. And with a 5,000 mAh battery, this phone easily gets through a full day of heavy use, sometimes stretching into a second day for lighter users. And here's the kicker: 45W fast charging. You can go from 0 to 100 in under an hour. That's unheard of at this price level. Let's talk cameras, because this is where most mid-range phones either shine or crash and burn. The CMF Phone 2 Pro brings a dual camera setup, a main 50MP sensor and a secondary ultra-wide or depth sensor. On the front, a 16MP selfie camera handles your social media and video call needs. What stands out here isn't just the resolution, but the image processing. CMF is leveraging Nothing's camera software, so you get clear, sharp images with surprisingly good dynamic range. Night mode performs decently. Not pixel level, but far better than you'd expect. Daylight photos are vivid, with natural color reproduction. Portrait mode has excellent edge detection, and even the selfie cam holds its own. Video, you get 4K at 30 frames per second, and while there's no OIS, the EIS stabilization does a respectable job. This phone isn't made for cinematographers, but for everyday creators and TikTokers. It delivers. This is where CMF benefits from being under the Nothing umbrella. The Phone 2 Pro runs Nothing OS, or a clean version of it. Think stock Android, but better. No bloatware, minimal pre-installed apps, and a user interface that feels modern, fast, and refined. You get 2 years of major OS updates and 3 years of security patches. Solid support for a mid-range device. Plus, CMF is building an ecosystem. If you own the CMF Buds or the Watch Pro, everything syncs seamlessly. The ecosystem is young, but it's growing. Think of it as early days OnePlus meets modern-day Apple, but for the budget-conscious. Now, let's talk competition. In this price range, you've got phones from Samsung's Galaxy A series, Xiaomi's Redmi Note Pro series, and even some budget pixels. But here's the deal. Most of those phones focus on one thing: cameras, battery life, or design. The CMF Phone 2 Pro tries to balance all three, and that's rare. It's not trying to beat flagships, but it is redefining what a $300 to $400 smartphone can do. And with the modularity, the accessories, and the future promise of back panel upgrades, CMF is bringing something new to the table. So who's this phone really for? It's for the design-conscious user who doesn't want to spend $1,000. It's for the college student, the creative, the minimalist. It's for anyone tired of choosing between performance and price. This phone says you can have both. Whether you're watching content, taking pictures, gaming, or just staying productive, the CMF Phone 2 Pro holds its own. The CMF Phone 2 Pro isn't just another mid-range device. It's a message. It's CMF saying, we hear you. You want value, design, and power, and we can give it to you. It may not have wireless charging. It may not be waterproof, but it doesn't need to be, because it nails the fundamentals and then adds a little extra style, a little extra flair. If Nothing and CMF stay on this trajectory, the Phone 3 Pro might shake the entire smartphone landscape. So that's it for today's deep dive into the CMF Phone 2 Pro. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more long-form tech reviews and analysis, and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about CMF. Is it the future, or just another attempt to shake up a tough market? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.